What's going on, you guys? Today I'm going to review some commonly used real estate terms and terminology. That way you can understand, as you're looking to buy a home or invest in real estate, a little bit better about what the Facebook pages, the different YouTube videos, and articles and websites are referring to. I'm Dimitri Christie. I'm a real estate broker, investor, and mentor, and I help professionals buy their first investment property and scale to $1 million portfolio. So to start off, we're going to talk about the terms and some simple terms that you need to know, and most of them are actually going to be abbreviations. I'll explain them out for you. SFH. So SFH stands for single family home. This can be a detached home that you just see in a neighborhood. Detached meaning it's not connected like a townhouse is connected. They're all part of one building. Also, a condo is attached, right? So detached is going to be homes that are on their own building on their own land, separated from other buildings. So SFH is a single family home. These are typically one units, and they can be regular homes, detached, they can be townhomes, and they can be condos. The next one that's similar to that is M as in Mary, FH. It's a multifamily home, and multifamily homes are going to be one building with multiple units. These can be duplexes, triplexes, or fourplexes, and that's going to be considered a residential purchase. Anything between 1 to 4 units is a residential in most states. And then if you want to talk about commercial MFH, multifamily homes, that's going to be apartment complexes and things like that. Next, the loan types. So if you see someone say FHA, FHA is referring to an FHA mortgage, and FHA stands for Federal Housing Authority. And that's because these mortgages are backed by the government, backed by the Federal Housing Authority. So if you see FHA somewhere, that means Federal Housing Authority, and most of the time, whoever's referencing that is referring to the mortgages. Since an FHA mortgage is a first-time homebuyer mortgage, you can put 3.5% down. They're extremely lucrative and beneficial to making home ownership affordable. And along the lines of the mortgages, conventional mortgages are basically the standard for real estate mortgages. This can be for a primary residence purchase or for an investment property, and that's something that you should know. HML is hard money loans. This is another type of loan you can get on a property, and it's called a hard money loan. These are going to be short term. They're going to be typically for properties that need work. So if you're doing a fix and flip or you're doing a BRRRR strategy, then you would likely use a hard money loan. So I just mentioned BRRRR strategy. What is that? Well, a BRRRR strategy is going to be a strategy you use when you buy a home that needs work, and then you fix it up, and then you rent it out like you would a rental property, and you refinance it out of that hard money loan, since they're short term, into a long-term loan. This can be conventional or DSCR, and I'll explain DSCR next. So yeah, the BRRRR strategy, BRRR, sometimes you throw in a fifth one, or a fourth R, and that stands for buy, renovate, rent out, refinance, and the last one is repeat. And so something that you would typically refinance one of these properties with is a DSCR loan. What's a DSCR loan? What does that stand for? Well, DSCR stands for Debt Service Coverage Ratio. And this means your debt service is essentially the money you have to pay to service the debt, to pay for the debt, your mortgage payment. This includes mortgage principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And the way that you would understand the ratio is if you have a $1,000 mortgage and you have a $1,000 rent that you're collecting per month, then your ratio is 1-to-1 because your monthly payment is $1,000, your rent you're collecting is $1,000, and your ratio is 1-to-1. If you were to have $1,250 rent, then your ratio and your payment was $1,000, then your ratio would be 1.25, which is great. The higher your ratio, the better you are. These are some simple terms, as well as through the contract process, there's one called due diligence. So due diligence is the period where you have to inspect. In other states, it's called inspection period, feasibility period, option period. And this is the time where you have to inspect the property. Usually, you pay a fee, which is non-refundable, to the sellers in your contract. And this allows you to do those inspections and back out without any reason whatsoever during that period. So due diligence is essentially a time where you're doing your inspections and you really understand if you want to buy the property. Another one is escrow. So escrow is going to be the time frame from when you go under contract to the day that you close on the property and officially make that full payment, whether you're paying cash, whether you're getting a loan, to the seller. And the title, the ownership, is transferred into your name, your company's name, etc. So the escrow period is that time from under contract to closing day. What's closing day? Closing day is the day that the whole process wraps up. You close on the property, the finances are transferred, and the ownership is transferred. These are some simple terms that I wanted to share with you as you're working along your real estate journey. That way you can be better informed, more knowledgeable, and pick up a little bit quicker. One more that I want to mention is wholesaling. So what is wholesaling? You might have heard of the concept. You might have been introduced to some wholesalers. Wholesaling is essentially where someone contacts a seller directly. This seller is not marketing their property on the MLS, on Zillow, on the market with a broker. They just own it, and a wholesaler contacts that seller, okay? They get the property under contract, and then they're going to assign that contract to an end buyer, which potentially could be you as an investor. And the way the wholesaler makes money, just so you know, is they kind of have a markup on that contract from what they have under contract with the seller to what they're selling it to the end buyer for. But wholesalers are key in real estate investing. They're a great part of the ecosystem. And I mentioned assigning the contract. That might be a term you need to know. So when you assign the contract, when a wholesaler, assigns the contract, that just means they have the right to assign you the right to buy the property. They're assigning the contract purchase rights to you. So if you found this helpful, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my page for more videos, and if you're interested in some real estate mentorship, like I said, I help investors, first-time investors with no experience, start and buy their first investment property, fix and flips, rental properties, and BRRRRs. And I help them do so efficiently, confidently, and profitably through my experience and walking them right alongside them, coming through in the process and making sure that my knowledge is transferred to you. You're not making any mistakes that I made in my processes. And now that I have 27 properties that I've purchased, over 90 units I've managed, you have my experience in your corner, on your side. So even if you're a rookie, you have years of experience. I look forward to talking to you soon. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe for more, and hope you have a great day.